Welcome back to episode 16 of Azmyth Busters, The Fall of Plaguestone. The hourglass begins our session, begins our time. Remember, got to remember every time. So we're going to get right into the action because as you remember in episode 15, there was a little shaking of the bush and things are happening. But before we get into the game, Buster One and I want to recognize some questions from our audience and give a shout out. So, Mark, who do we want to deal with first? Who's our first victim?
So, a couple episodes ago, I was watching episode 14 on Facebook, and Steve Whipp popped in, and he and I were chatting. He just picked up a copy of the core rule book.
Yeah.
And this was the episode where we flipped over to level 2. And Mike, you were talking about hero points for the first time. So he had a question about hero points. I didn't know the answer. I figured I'd bring it here. I knew that either you would know, Steven would know, one of you guys would know, because I don't know. And so his question related to re-rolls of the dice and when you can use a hero point related to a roll. Can you do it before the roll, after the roll? How does that mechanic actually work related to
right? It's probably my fault for bringing up 5th edition mechanics and bringing up the inspiration token. That might have set the question. Unlike 5th edition, unlike Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder 2's hero point systems, they are spent in 2 ways officially. And I've added one to our campaign. But the first way is always after a failed roll. After a failed roll, you can spend a hero point, re-roll. So it always follows a failed roll. You can also use one or all because it requires you to spend whatever you have. If you have 1, it costs you 1, 2, it costs you 2. If you've managed to save up 3, it costs you all 3, and you can save yourself from death's door. So that's the official ruling. And then I've added a little twist to that and allowing my players to basically take control of the narrative by spending their hero points and helping me write the story and helping me figure out how things are going. If you don't particularly like how things are or you don't like how something happened, that's a very powerful way. If something bad happened in the story and you're like, no, I'm going to spend my 3 hero points and let's play it out like this. That's pretty damn cool. And that's what I've added to the mix. So thank you, Steve, for the question. And I appreciate you watching the show. And it's great to have an actual friend from very far away supporting the show. And I was very happy to hear that you're digging us and that you're checking it out. So I also want to give a shout out to Pezzer because Dave Pezzer, another friend of mine on the East Coast, he's been a staunch supporter. He was one of my players back in the day when we were kids growing up. We played a lot of D&D together, and he moved away before Pathfinder even came around. So yeah, shout out to Pezzer and to Steve, who I affectionately call my limey brother. Anything else? We got any other questions or any other business? And any of the busters here in our core got anything we want to announce, throw down, make mention to, get off your chest, etc. Going, gone. All right. We cool? Excellent. Let's get down to business then. When last we met, you had made a new acquaintance in Etrin's Folly, not a regular, not a citizen, but a person who lives on the fringe of this community, a ranger, not a druid, by the name of Noella Kessreer. And this elven woman, you can tell by her mannerisms that this lady spends a lot of time by herself and with animals. She doesn't do so well with folks. She's not a big talker. And whenever she tries to use language in a subtle way, it's sort of like a ball peen hammer. She's not very subtle and she's not very gifted in her use of language. So usually she fails terribly. Regardless of that, she has come to town following the fight that you had with the wolves, the tainted wolves on the way into Etrin's Folly, way back in episode 2, I believe. And she brought some of the remains of those wolves into town and discussed the blight with you, told you that she has retired here after the Goblin Wars, and she is kind of she's kind of adopted the forest and the area, the land around Etrin's Folly, in the same way that a ranger or a druid would. She only comes to town whenever she needs something, and she only deals with Alma when she does. And that's been pretty established. So she told you, quite frankly, that the Etrin's Folly could, die to the last person. She really cares about saving the land more than the town. And that kind of resonated with you guys a little bit, considering your experiences in town so far. So she convinced you to go with her. She indicated that she knew where the actual lair of the Tainted Wolves was, and she requested your assistance to search out that area and to investigate it, which is where we are now. The presence of rot increases with every step that you take. Noella slows to a stop, turns to look at you, saying, "This is where the wolves came from. I am sure of it, somewhere ahead in their den, but I will leave that for you to explore. If you need me, you can find me out here, setting up snares to make sure nothing else comes in behind you." You led your way into this place where you found these, just like a blight bomb had gone off, just death, and everything was just withered up and just dead from pretty much this epicenter out. And sitting right in the middle of this dead spot were 3 gnarly looking bushes. And thinking there might be something in the bush, I believe it was like Kira used her spell magic to use her magic hand and shake the bush. Instead of a creature coming out of the bush, it was in fact the bush itself that came to life, springing to life in a fashion. Let me get him up there like that. So when the first one got shook, its trajectory, this huge tentacle with a large bulbous end on it and a large spike off of that, shot up straight and was like searching around for a target, but couldn't find one because you were using your magic hand from 20 feet away, 30 feet away, or whatever it was. And that agitation caused the other 2 to rise up in the very same manner, with these thorny appendages sticking up in the air. And did I have you guys already roll initiative? Is this order that I have correct, or are we needing to roll a new order? Did we roll initiative? I can't remember.
I have no memory of that.
I think we did.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
All right. Well, let's do it. Let's roll initiative. You can use your perception for your initiative modifier. You were trying to be sneaky coming in here, so you could substitute your stealth modifier if you wanted to. Like 18. Kira.
I rolled a 7.
A 7 plus 5 is a 12?
Yeah, 12.
Okay,
yeah.
12.
Sorry.
It's all right. Theron?
28.
28. Simon?
I rolled a 1, which resolves to a 6, and then I rolled for Elektra. For Elektra, and hers resolves to a 14.
14. Okay. And Desna?
17.
17. Thank you very much. And last but not least, Daisy.
14 on the die for a total of 18.
18. Okay. And these guys. 13. 6 is a 19. Okay. 17, 14, 6, 28, and 12. Top of the order is Theron.
All right, Theron's going to devise a stratagem
Yep.
on that first one.
Okay.
And let's see. I'll roll my intelligence, and that is going to be a 24 armor class.
That will hit for sure.
So fire off the crossbow bolt using the device stratagem. I have shared stratagem. And so until the start of my next turn, Daisy treats that creature as if it's flat-footed.
Okay.
It's one of my new second level things. And I do 13 points of damage.
All right.
So what does flat-footed mean?
The creature has a -2 armor class. To Daisy.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, basically it means you haven't gone in the round, or you've been caught off guard, or you're basically denied your dexterity to your AC. All right, so you did 13 points of damage?
Yes.
All right. So the crossbow bolt does rip through the foliage, but you do see it pass clean in and out of the bush. It did some damage. You saw, parts of it get ripped apart, and you saw some sap get splattered, but you also, there was no center mass to hit. It just went right through. Anything else from you?
Let's see. I'm going to drop my crossbow and take out my club.
Okay. All right. So is that 2 or is that 3?
That is 3. One for the
That's
stratagem,
3
one
with the
for the
devised
fire.
stratagem. Okay. Awesome. Have a reach of 10 feet. All right. So they can move 20 and they can reach 10. And
That's not going to be fun.
1,
I should've-
2,
Oh,
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically the heads of these things are occupying those 3 squares. My little rosemary bushes. All right, so they will each move to there as their first action. Their second action, the vines will seek and target. There are 2, 4, 6 y'all, and there are 3 of them trying to be viney with it. So based on the randomness of that statement, a 1, a 4, and a 2. All right. So like Kira, one of them is attacking you. Daisy, one of them is attacking you. Does that jive? No, Daisy, you're too far away. Like Kira, you can be hit. Daisy, you're too far away.
Yeah.
So I will re-roll that. So it looks like the only ones in range are going to be 1, 2, are going to be Theron and Lycura. So yeah. So 1 on Lycura, 2 on Lycura, 1 on Theron. All right. So the first thorny vine attack at plus 11 is an 18 on the die. That's a 29 to hit your armor class. Does that best your armor class by 10?
is that me?
No, that's the first one on Lycura.
My armor
Problem.
class is 16. So
16. So it does best your armor class by 10. So that's going to be a critical success.
yeah.
So he's going to pierce you for 8, 9, 10 points of damage, piercing.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll activate my Liberator ability. And
Okay.
Daisy will blunt 4 points of that.
Okay.
Aw, thank you.
A bloodlash bush vine causes terrible lacerations and will continue to bleed. When a creature is hit by the vine, it takes 1 persistent bleed damage, 2 on a critical. So you have 2 persistent bleed right now. I do
Okay.
not believe that Daisy can change that fact. He can absorb hit points, but I don't think he changes
Yeah,
that.
I can't change effects.
Unlike other forms of persistent damage, this damage is cumulative. Ew. All right, so that's the first one. Thunk. The second one attacking Lycura is a 4 plus 11 is a not enough to hit you. You said your armor class was 16, right? So he missed you by 1. And then the third bush on Theron is a 10 plus 11 is a 21. Will that hit your armor class?
Yep.
But it will not be a critical success.
No.
Okay. So it does 10 points piercing, 1 point bleed. And that is 2 from each one of them. Okay. And they get to do that all over again, a second attack at +6. So the attacks will be 2 on Theron and 1 on Lycura this round. First on the Therons. The first roll is a 3. I don't think that'll hit. That's a instead of an 11, that's a 6. That's a 9. That'll definitely miss. The second on Theron crits, nat 20. Low damage. So that's 3 plus 4 is 7 piercing and 2 bleed. And then the last attack on the round on Lycura at a +6 is a 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. That's not enough to hit her. So that will end the creature's attack for the round.
Measly little bushes.
Little thorny, blood-sucking bushes. You got it. Lycura, you are up, followed by Daisy.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
I am going to. Can I do the reaction first?
Reactions happen off turn.
Oh, okay.
Actions happen on turn. So reactions happen like if you're talking about your familiar thing. It's if your familiar gets attacked off turn, when it's on their turn and they're attacking your familiar, if Kitty gets attacked, you can react and do that spell.
Okay, so it's like when it's more of like a attack of area and it gets hit, not or attacked specifically on my cat.
Well, the one spell you called out was some kind of a reaction that helps your cat, or
it's phase familiar.
So
no
you
worries.
would only do that. You would only do that in the event that the cat was attacked in any way.
Gotcha.
So
Okay. So it's not just like if I get attacked, we get attacked. It's like I get it.
Yeah.
Cool.
So the little arrow, the little whoop arrow symbol is the reaction, which happens off your turn. So when it's your turn, you can do any of the things that take 1, 2, or 3 actions.
Okay, dig it. So I'm gonna start with my cantrip of doing shield, which totally doesn't. I don't think it does anything to what I'm already dealing with, but it will help me later. Raises
up your armor class.
Yep.
Is that a 1? Is that a 1 action or a 2 action?
It is a 1.
1.
And it's it's a +1 circumstance bonus to my AC.
2 more to spend.
And then I would also like to magic missile this motherfucker in front of me.
Sure.
It is Okay. So 1d4.
Do you want to do it as a 1 or a 2 action?
Probably as a 2 then, so it's 2 d4s.
Yep.
Okay.
2d4 plus 1.
Okay.
And you're lighting up the one that's right in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first one I rolled a 2 plus the 1, so that's a 3.
Okay.
And then because I don't have another 4, okay, so that's a 1. So then I get 2 for the other one. So a 3 and a 2 are what?
5 points damage.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. It definitely rips and burns. Like plants are definitely affected by magic missile.
Great.
Excellent. It all happens.
All right.
And that ends your turn.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fantastic. Daisy, you're up on 18, followed by Desna on 17.
Yeah. Well, seeing, predictably what Theron's crossbow bolt did to a creature that's basically a bush. All right, your ornery bush, and that's when he pulls out his hatchet, and he's going to move up Diagonally left to Kira.
Diagonally right towards Lakira.
Well, you've got one of them is flat-footed to you. Which one is flat-footed to him?
Yeah.
I've lost track. I think it's the middle one.
It is the middle one.
Yep.
Kira's the one in the flowing dress on the right, right?
Yes.
Oh,
On
no.
the right hand side. Yeah.
Or the blue.
No,
Blue or
she's
the
in red.
The red.
Okay.
Desna's
So I'll
in
be
blue.
in front of her, over to the left one. So basically,
2 and 1.
yeah.
Okay.
And then it's the one to my left that I have the bonus on.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll hack at that one
Okay.
as my second action,
Hack.
and then my third action is going to be attack against the one to my right, and take advantage of the sweep quality of the hatchet, which gives me a +1 bonus against a second creature. So it'd be a -4 instead of a -5. So the first attack is a 14 plus 8, a 22.
That will hit its armor class.
All right. And hatchet does 4 plus 2, 6 points of choppy chop damage.
6 points of slashing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the second attack against the one on my right is 14 again on the die. So that's a 10, actually.
Because it's 5.
But you know, wait, 14 plus 6
Minus
is
4.
20 minus 4 is a 16.
16 will hit.
Great. For another 4 plus 2, 6 points of slashing damage.
Okay. 6 and 6. She did 6 to the first one and 6 to the second.
The second one.
Yeah. All right. And 5 from them. Okay. Got it. All right. They have all been wounded at this point. Are you done, Daisy?
Yes.
Okay. Desna on 17, followed by Elektra on 14.
Okay, so I am going to cast Produce Flame, the one that's pretty much right in front of me. Has a range of 30, so I shouldn't have to move. I think I'm good, right?
They're all within range 30, and directly in front of you is Daisy, and then to one side or the other. So it's forward left or forward right, and you have a target.
Okay. Well, then I'll go to the one that's closer to Lakira.
Okay, so forward right, and you're producing flame.
Yes. So
This is
make a spell
ball in
attack.
hand. You're throwing it each round. It replaces, and you just keep throwing it as long as you concentrate on it, kind of thing.
Yep. Small ball of flame appears in the palm of your hand. You lash out with it either in melee or at range. So I'm making a spell attack roll against my target's AC. I would use the 20 die for that, right?
Absolutely.
Cool. So
And that's a spell attack roll.
that is 13 plus 8 is 21.
That will hit.
Can I do it? Okay,
That will hit.
awesome. And then damage is 1d4 fire damage plus your spellcasting ability modifier. So I got 3. I don't know what my spellcasting ability modifier is.
It is
Should
probably
be
a
your
+4.
charisma modifier if
Yep.
you're a sword.
What?
It should be your charisma modifier,
My charisma modifier.
It is
isn't it?
likely
Aren't you a sorceress?
Yes.
Yeah.
likely a +4.
Yes, plus 4. So is that 7?
You rolled a 3 plus your caster level is 7. All right. So stand by. It has a weakness of fire, so it's going to take a little bit extra damage.
That was the hope.
So that was 7 fire total.
Yes. I was not expecting you to have a mini fire.
Well, I got all the cool things.
That's so exciting.
So yeah,
yeah.
you hit the bush. You hit the bush, and you hit it pretty well. And it's all dry and thorny and stickily, and it just kind of goes woof. And it's like it's like a tumbleweed
Forest
on
fires.
fire. Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
So yeah, is that one action or two actions for you?
That was 2 actions. So for my third action, just in case, I'll raise my shield.
Okay. Pop, shield, done. Elektra on 14, followed by Simon.
Okay. Do you want me to take actions for Elektra?
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely going to get up into the fight. Probably the best position for her to do that is to just run the angle right past you and end up next to Theron, I think.
Yeah, she'd probably just run to the outside, the opposite of the fire one. Yeah, and take a swing at that one.
Okay. So her
Okay,
first action is her move, which leaves her 2 actions.
Second action, she'll take a swing with her longsword. And that resolves to a 20, rolled a 12 plus 8.
Yep.
Okay, longsword does 1d8 plus her strength bonus, I think. Is that how that works? Plus
Yes.
2?
That is how it works.
So that is 8 points of damage for that first attack.
8 points of slashing.
8 points of slashing.
Okay. 8 on 1. 10-4.
And that was
for the round. Third action.
third action. She will take another swing.
5 less on the attack.
Yep. So
or is it for 3 fighters? It's 4 less.
Natural 20.
Oh,
natural
beautiful.
20 on
Still
the die.
5.
So that would resolve to a 23.
Yeah, a natural 20 is going to crit. What were you going to say, Stephen?
It's still 5. It's if she used a short sword or something that was agile, it'd be a -4.
I see. 10-4. All right, so double damage, double dice, double mods on her second attack.
Okay, so 13 points of damage, I believe, total.
That's her strength mod twice plus 2 dice.
Right, 9 plus 4. Yeah, 13. Yeah.
All right, 13. Got it.
Yeah.
15. 28. All right. Very good. Very good. That's some big shit from Elektra for sure. She hacked the hell out of that thing.
That's Elektra. That's what she does.
That tentacle does not look like it's in very good shape. That's 3 from her and done. Simon at the bottom of the order, and then back to the top of the round, which is Theron.
Okay, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna run up to the plant in the center.
So occupy where his damage token is. Let me move this.
Correct. Right. Yeah. Base up between
here.
Daisy and the professor.
You're gonna go right.
Right.
Form the line.
Form the line. So that's my first.
So that's an action for your move.
I can't recall. Had we gone into battle ready mode? If not, I need to use my actions to draw my sword and shield. I don't recall.
You had declared going into the Blighted Grove that everybody was going battle ready.
Okay, then I have sword and shield out. For my second action, I'm going to raise my shield, which will move my armor class from 19 to 21.
Mm-hmm.
And then my third action, I will take a swing at the plant that I am based with.
Okay.
And that is I'm looking at my sheet. That's at a +8. And that's a 20. So I believe that hits.
It does.
All right.
And this is on the
and
middle.
That is 5 points of slashing.
5 slash.
And I am finished.
The middle one is taking the least amount of punishment of the 3. FYI. All right, Simon. Top of round 2. Theron.
Well, before we get to the top of round 2, we have to do the bottom of the round 1, which those of us have taken bleed damage take our bleed damage.
Thank you.
So
that happens at the bottom of the order. That just doesn't happen on your turn.
That happens at the bottom of the order, and here's why. because then we make a flat DC 15 check to see if it ends after we take that damage. So, like Kira, I think you've got some bleed on you. So I'm going to roll my flat check. I roll a 5. I still have bleed 1.
Okay.
What die is that I'm rolling?
D20.
D20.
Oh, okay. So I just okay.
Don't add anything. Just roll it.
It's a 6.
You are still bleeding.
Still bleeding.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then I just
puncture-
take the 2 bleed and I keep the 2 bleed for later.
Yeah. Until
Okay.
it gets healed,
It doesn't add.
resolved.
It just is adding.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Cool.
It can get bigger. You can have more bleed if you take more hits, but right now he's bleeding at 1, you're bleeding at 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have shield up, so hopefully that helps.
So with that, I've got my. I took out my club last round. I'm going to take out my clan dagger as my first
Okay.
action. Devise a stratagem on the middle. On the middle.
Okay.
I roll armor class 18,
That hits.
and then I will roll the damage with my. Doing this with my club, and for damage, I only roll 3. Oh, that was a crappy roll.
Okay.
And then I give basically it is flat-footed to Simon.
Okay. The club doesn't seem to do any damage to the bush at all.
Oh, it's good to know.
Do you need to damage it in order to get your secondary effect, or does the secondary effect still happen?
The secondary effect still happens.
Okay,
I believe.
awesome.
Let me double check and see if it's
Awesome.
I
Yeah,
think
so
it's
the
just
club,
if I hit.
even though it is dry and seems brittle, as you hit it with the blunt object, it just kind of wraps around it. And instead of damaging it, just kind of dishevels it and pulls it to one side, but doesn't seem to really hurt it at all.
Yeah, I just need to hit it. So
Okay, fantastic. So that is pulled out as 1, clubbed it for 1. You still have an action.
no, because I devised a stratagem, which also
Stratagem is 2. Okay, 10-4. All right. From Theron, we go back to the bush. Yeah, well, I guess that's an act of a dying creature. So those 2 guys are going to do that. All right. So, the 2 on the ends that have received a considerable amount of damage. When they both took their last strikes, instead of having this tentacle up extended like almost like a snake that can strike out, when both of them were hit the way they were, they seemed to draw back into themselves so that the bulb and the spike were just sticking out of the top of the bush, right? That was kind of a defensive position that they pulled themselves into. When it's their turn, the whole entire bush on the outsides, not the middle one. The middle one's not doing this, just the 2 outside ones that have been really fucked up. They start to quiver and shake. And as they do, that thing starts coming out and it's whipping in circles. It's doing a spinning strike, which takes all 3 of its actions for the round. By doing so, it rolls 1 attack roll and it's applied to every armor class that it can reach. So starting with the one on the left, it can reach Elektra, it can reach Theron, it can reach Simon. So this will be 1 roll by the creature that is compared to all of your ACs, and it either hits you or it doesn't. So left spinning attack. He rolls it. Oh, you guys are lucky. It was a 16, and then it went whoop to a 6. So that is a 17 armor class. Does that hit any of the 3 of you?
Missed me.
hits me.
Okay. And also Mrs. Elektra, I'm guessing?
What is it? 16? Mrs. Elektra.
Okay. So Theron, the attack you received is 2 plus
Was it 16
4.
or 17?
It was a 17.
Okay.
6 on the die plus 11.
That hit. Okay.
So that did 6 points of slashing and 1 point of bleed. All right. The one on
And
the far side,
The bleed is
the one that's
cumulative.
burning. I'm sorry?
Is the bleed cumulative?
It is.
Yep.
It is. It specifically says in most cases it's usually not, but in this cases it is cumulative to a maximum of 5. Ouch.
Okay.
All right. So it just punches another big hole in you that just spurt. The one on the right-hand side that does its spinny, thrust, it can reach Lycura, it can reach Daisy, and it can reach Simon. So it's going to make its single roll. That's a 17 plus 11. I think that's going to hit everybody. That comes out to a 28 in terms of critical success if it's 10 higher than your armor class. I think
Not
that's
a crit on me.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
a crit on me.
That's a crit on Lycura. It's a hit on Simon. And what is it on Daisy?
What was the roll again?
It was a 17 on die plus 11. So a 28.
Yeah.
Is that a critical success for you?
Yeah.
Okay. So on Simon, 4 plus 4, 8 points piercing, 1 point bleed. On Daisy, 14 points piercing,
Woof.
2 points bleed. And on Lycura, that's not bad. 7, 8, 9, 9 points piercing, 2 points bleed. The guy in the middle.
You're pretty low, aren't you? Like you're like you getting kind of beat up.
Yeah, I
So
now
I-
have 3 hit points. And
Yeah.
does that 2 bleed add to the other 2 bleed I have? So now I have 4 bleed. Is
It
that what's
does.
happening?
It
Okay,
does.
cool.
So I'm going to blunt 4 points of the attack that went against Lycura.
Because it's a
Aw,
new
shucks.
round and you can do it again.
Yeah.
Nice.
So question, do those kind of powers reset on your turn or on the round? Because you don't go until after Lycura. Can you use that power again before it's your turn again?
Whatever the rules are for reactions, maybe not.
I think your does your reaction reset on your turn?
Well, it doesn't really matter because he used it before his turn last round, and so then he had his turn. So even if it's
okay. So that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
So if he had his turn in the middle, it resets. That's what I needed to know. Okay, fantastic. So you step in for another 4 points of block.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. The guy in the middle still has his attack, and he's going to move back 1 and strike with his tentacle. He can hit any of the 4 fronts. So I will roll a die 4 just to be random about it. 1 to 4. 1, 2, 3. Simon, you're the lucky one. He goes for just a straight spike strike. That is a 12 on the die, plus 11 is a 23. That'll hit, but that's not a critical, is it?
On Simon? No,
Yeah.
my armor class is a 21, so you're only 2 over for me.
Okay, fantastic. So that is
So here's my question. So
Yes.
since it's not my turn, I can use a reaction, yes?
correct.
Okay. So I would like to use as a reaction shield block.
Okay.
Oh shit! Yeah, I had my shield up too. I
Does
could do
that
shield
come
block.
before or after the damage is totaled?
Just it shows as a reaction while you have your shield raised, you would take you snap your shield in place to ward off a blow. Your shield prevents you from taking an amount of damage up to the shield's hardness. Shield's hardness is 5.
Okay. So this is the same thing that Daisy did earlier when Halid was punching him, right?
Correct.
So,
Yes.
so
Yes.
your shield will take the hit.
Correct.
It will take 8, 9, 10, 11, it'll take 12 points of piercing damage,
Okay.
which is probably going to break the hell out of it.
Well, so I have a steel shield, and so it shows the hit points is a maximum of 20. So I don't know. I mean,
And what's the hardness?
Stephen, hardness is 5.
So the hardness is 5. you reduce the damage by 5, which would be what?
Okay. That would be 9 points got through.
9 points got through. So both Simon and the shield take 9 points of damage.
Okay, so then the shield has 11 points left. All right. And I took 9. Okay. Got it.
He's going to try one more strike on you because he's got the action to do it. And I roll
Okay.
a 1. He misses.
Ha! And I laugh in his stupid face, even though he's a plant and doesn't have a face.
Does the bleed still go into effect from that strike? Because it would
Yes.
be bleed 1. So it'd be 9 damage, bleed 1 to you. That adds to any bleed that you have already.
So I'm down 17 hit points and I'm at bleed 2, if I
Bleed
have
2.
it correct. Yeah.
Yes. Fantastic.
And you won't take that
Okay.
damage until the end of the round.
Until the end of the round, right?
Right.
Like
Gotcha,
Kira, you are up next, followed by Daisy. The bushes are done doing their bush thing.
Oh, great.
So again, I just want to stress the 2 on the sides that did the fucking spinning strike thing. That seemed very much to you, very intuitively, like it was a death throw kind of thing. And they're not long in this world, if you know what I mean.
Got it. Well, I would, how many of them are, I can magic missile to 120 feet. So that answers that. I want to hit each one of them with my magic missiles.
Okay. So you're
So I
doing
can do-
a reaction magic missile, and each one's getting 1 missile.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Die 4 + 1, die 4 + 1, die 4 + 1.
Cool.
So roll against the far left-hand target first. Just
Okay.
damage, because you don't need to roll to hit. It's an auto strike.
Okay, so that one is a total of 2.
2 points of damage. All right, stand by. 28, 30. Okay.
The second one is a 5.
It
'cause I rolled
squeals
a-
and smolders.
Nice.
28. It also squeals and smolders from the hit. Neither are dead yet. Neither are dead yet. They're very close.
And
Very
I got
close.
on the third one, I also got a 5.
And a 5 on the one in the middle. So that's 16 on him. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
All
and
right.
that's
No
my turn.
movement from you. Just pow, pow, pow. You're
Yeah.
cool where you are. Daisy is up, followed by Desna.
Alrighty. Like you're still looking pretty beat up. You're bleeding and all that stuff. Okay, so
But I got my missiles.
Yeah, you did.
Daisy will kind of like, reach over and rest his hand on like Kira's shoulder, and the healing power of Caden Kalian flows through me and heals you for 6 hit points, and
Oh, nice.
gives
Nice.
you +2 to your armor class for the next round.
Cool.
Then I ready my shield and I will hack at the bush to my
At number 3.
right.
Yeah. At the one on fire, the burning bush, so to speak.
Yeah.
So mechanics question. Does Daisy's healing impact like Kira's bleed?
It
at
does.
all?
It immediately, well, maybe. It used to make any healing made all your bleed go away. Is that still the case?
Dig it.
Or do you still have to make saving throws against it? It used to be once you got healed, any healing would make your bleed stop. But let me.
How much did I get healed for again so I can put it down? Right.
452. 6.
6.
Yeah. Bleed rules are in the core rulebook, page 452. For those of you who are playing along at home,
Bye.
I know some people dig that. Persistent damage represents a loss of blood. As such, it has no effects on non-living creatures, weaknesses, and resistances. Bleed damage ends automatically if you're healed to your full hit points. Oh, so you have to get full hit points before bleed goes away.
Okay, no worries.
That is a significant change between Pathfinder 1 and Pathfinder 2. 452 is your friend. All right. So that answers that question. You got your heal on, and I believe that still leaves you with a hack on the bush. What was the result of the hack, Daisy?
22 to hit, which is a hit.
Of course.
And
22,
3
well
plus
into
2,
its AC.
5 points of slashing damage.
5 points slashing?
Yeah. And I readied my shield was my third action. Or my second.
5 points. That is enough to destroy the burning bush.
Yeah. Kindling. Actually, this burning bush smells. Filling the air with a rather pleasant.
What kind of bush was that in its other life? I don't know. It smells pretty good. That's a hell of a campfire you got going there, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. So
to
Daisy,
season
does
that
that complete
ham
your
with it.
movement for the round?
That does.
All right. Desna, followed by Elektra, and then Simon at the bottom of the order.
So the one in the middle is still alive?
Yes, the one in the middle is the strongest of the three. It's taken the least amount of damage of the three. The one on the left-hand side, the last strike that Elektra put into that thing, the last critical on that thing, really screwed it up, and it's barely hanging on.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna set one more on fire. I'll set the middle one on fire again.
Okay. Middle guy on fire. Roll to hit.
And for that, I rolled a math is hard 22, so I know that hits.
Oh yeah.
And for damage, I rolled a 2 plus 4 is 6.
So 6 plus 5 is 11 points of fire damage. 11 fire. Okay. Zibush, she burns. Anything else from you? You want to move from your position with your last action, or are you cool?
I'm pretty comfy where I'm at. No bush has touched me yet, so I think
Okay.
I'll stay where I'm at. I'll pass on my last action.
All right, awesome. From Desna, we go to Elektra. Elektra is gonna, do the hackety hack.
Yeah, and as she's swinging at this bush that's in front of her, she says in a very sort of frustrated voice, "When did we become gardeners?" And she's going
I
to swing with her
sharpened and
long
oiled
sword.
my sword to be a gardener.
Exactly. So that is a 12 result. So that misses, I'm guessing.
12 does not hit his armor class. That's correct.
12 does not his armor class. She's going to, in exasperation, take another swing.
Okay. Second action, 5 less.
And second action misses as well.
Ooh.
At that point, she's going to take one more swing, just
Okay.
in sheer exasperation.
10 less.
And it's a natural 20.
Nice. So she is full strike. She's a plus what? 7? 9?
Plus 8.
She's a plus
So that's
8.
a 28.
Her first is a plus 8. Her second's a plus 3, and her third is a negative 2. All right. So
Okay.
But a crit is a crit is a crit. You rolled a crit.
Right. Yeah.
That's critical.
So as she hits that last strike, she yells, "Enough!"
Dice
and
twice.
slams down with her sword.
Stats doubled. Choppity chop.
Okay.
I don't think he can withstand
So
it,
that's
but we'll see.
15 total.
Yeah.
And in typical Elektra fashion, she destroys the thing.
Absolutely just, puff of leaves and sticks and the like. She done. Simon, one remains.
Simon looks over to Elektra and says, "Well, okay. Let's see if
And
we can match that."
That one is flat-footed to you.
Nice. Okay, I am gonna step forward and take a
Because
swing.
of my stratagem.
Hasn't it taken a turn since? It lasts even after its turn?
Yeah, it lasts until the end of start of my next turn.
The start of your next turn. Okay, gotcha. All right.
So
what
I'm
are you
going
doing,
to I'm going to use a move action to base up and then take a swing with my second action. And that would be math is hard. 14. I'm guessing that's a miss.
14 misses the armor class. Yep.
Okay, I'm going to take a second swing. This will just be at a +3. And that's a 14 again, and it's a miss.
Okay. All right. So move, swing, swing. Simon's turn is done. Brings us to the top of the, actually brings us to the bottom of the order for bleed resolution.
Yep. Let's see. So I take my extra damage. I'm going to roll my check. I am still bleeding.
Okay.
That's just a straight die roll, Steven?
Straight die roll, DC 15. Yeah. Flat check.
Oh. I rolled a 19.
All right.
You
So
were
you
no
take
longer
the
bleeding.
damage, you take the bleed, and then stop.
Yeah. Take damage, then check.
Yeah, you take the damage, then you lose the bleed condition.
Copy that. Okay, done and done.
Yep. All right. So top of the order, Theron.
All right. Oh boy. Theron is going to move forward, devise a stratagem, and then strike with his clan dagger.
Just one square, or you want to move farther than that?
No, I'll move one square.
Okay.
I devise my stratagem. That is an armor class 21.
Hit.
And it will do, I think the clan dagger does D4. Is that correct? Yep. 4 points of damage.
4 points slash. Or is that pierce?
Slash.
Slash. That is enough to take it out.
Whew.
That takes it perfectly to 0. And the bush is no mas.
Awesome.
All right.
Good job, you guys.
I still have an action left.
Mm-hmm.
And because we've got the bleed, this is important.
Yep.
Let me take a look at this. I am going to battlefield medicine upon myself.
Okay.
So I think that's an action. Is it, or is it 2? No, it's 1 action. So I'm going to make a heal check on myself.
Your eyes get all big.
Or a medicine check, I should say. Which I roll a natural 20, so I crit. That's good.
Nice. Awesome.
Nice. That's a good
does
time for a
not
20.
Suck.
Not the
And
worst.
so on a crit, I get 48. Do I have 48 in my little thing? I do. So I get back 16, 25, 30 points, which brings me to full, which means I'm no longer bleeding.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
I think the only person bleeding still then is like Kira.
No, I am.
Yep.
Like,
Oh, and Daisy.
he's looking
too.
down. He's like, there's like dripping. You can hear it like pitter patter. Oh,
He's like holding
yeah.
the holes.
That's
Trying
not
to keep
good.
Got a thumb in the hole.
Yeah, I decided heal thyself, which means I cannot be the recipient of battle medicine for 24 hours.
Okay. All right. Well, we are out of turn base. We are out of combat. If anybody wants to do anything else as far as the heals or dealing with the rest of you who are wounded, who are bleeding, you can do that now if you want to prioritize such things.
Yeah. I would love
We
to
should
be
do that.
healed.
yeah.
All right.
Trash.
Well, because we're bleeding, we probably should still go by rounds to see who gets healed when.
Okay. All right.
I need to be healed, but I'm not bleeding, so it's really Daisy
Yeah.
and like Kira that need to be
All right.
sorted. I think.
So I have Theron. Theron completed his. There's no more mobs. Lykira would be your turn.
Okay, so can I heal myself with a battle medicine skill? Okay,
Sure.
great.
Well,
So-
the battle medicine is a special feat that I have, which
Okay,
allows
that's what
me
you
to
can
do. Yeah, if you've got to cure wounds or something like that. I know Desna took cure.
You got to stabilize. Des has a stabilize thing. If somebody's at
I
0,
have
she can
Soothe.
bring him. She can bring him back from being dead at 0 hit points, right?
Right.
You got
Well,
to
she's
That's
got
all
some
I can do.
cantrip.
I thought one of
don't-
you got a cure spell added to your list at second.
Oh,
I
you know
have-
what?
I have Soothe.
Oh, Soothe, that's it.
Mm-hmm. It graces a willing living target, boosting its mental defenses and healing its wounds. Target regains 1d10 plus 4 hit points when you cast the spell and gains a 2+ status bonus to saves against mental effects for the duration.
That should do it.
Okay. So
Can
then
you
I
cast it on yourself, or is that something that can only be used on other people?
one
She said-
willing living creature. So
You're
I'm
living?
really
You're willing.
yeah, I'm very willing. So I just need to find a D10. Okie dokie.
Kind of looks like an 8 with rounded edges.
I rolled a 10.
Nice.
14
10
points
plus
back.
4.
Yes. So 14.
14.
So that's how many hit points I gain back?
It
Yes.
is.
Yep.
Great. So I am fully healed, which
So
means
your
my
bleed ends.
bleeding is gone.
Your bleed goes away.
Your bleed ends.
Bueno.
That's a double
Awesome.
dip. That was great.
Yeah.
Perfect double dip.
Awesome. All right. So that's Kira's turn. To Daisy.
I'm kind of like,
Help.
I take a seat.
Sit down, medic. Medic.
I'm
All right.
feeling a
So
little
you
dizzy.
sit down and ask for help. Desna on 17.
So I don't know if maybe Steven, you were just confusing me with my like Kira. I don't think I have anything. I don't think I added anything, did I?
You got another spell at second level, another first level spell. I thought we had talked about
I did get
making.
heal. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Great. Well, I'll come up to Daisy and take pity on him. I have heal. This poor guy.
Hurt
Oh,
again.
Oh.
Oh, severed veins. That's all sad.
So let me just see how this works.
The gnome drips with sarcasm.
You know. Got to deal with our drunk cleric, right?
So I can.
I'm not a drunk cleric. I'm a buzzed champion.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Okay, can someone? It says fortitude 1d8 hit points.
So
I'm not sure.
So you can cast it as a 1, 2, or 3. If you cast it as one action, well, the action really doesn't matter. So you probably, if you're healing a living creature, you want to cast it as. Is there anybody else that has damage?
Yes, I have a bunch. I'm
All right.
I'm not bleeding,
So
but
I
I
could-
have.
So I
I'm
could use the
3/4
three
dead,
actions
basically.
to cast
So, yeah.
it, and everyone would get the effect, right? Is that correct?
Yes, but if you just cast it, how low are you, Daisy? How many points are you down?
I'm down 18.
18. You are going to want to cast it on Daisy as a 2 action because it's 1d8 plus 8.
Right. Okay. Okay. That's what I need to know.
So Simon, you should have some bleed because every time you got hit, you took 1 point of bleed. You
Well,
should
no,
have-
but then I rolled a 19 on the
Yeah.
15 and I stopped bleeding. I added the damage.
I see.
Um,
Oh, you saved out of your bleed. Gotcha.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. I added the damage after that, or prior
Right.
to that roll, and then saved out of it. So yeah, I'm just almost dead, but not bleeding.
Right. You've
kind of
plugged the
mangled it.
holes, but
Pseudo,
you're still
pseudo chopped in half. You know.
But yeah, you don't have a timer on you.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So what was the
Okay,
result
so-
of the heal?
I rolled a 3 plus 8, so 11.
11 points to Daisy.
Okay.
That's a sight better.
That is a sight better.
And then, so I can use one action to heal. What's the difference with that between using 2? Would I be able to help?
The 1 action is only a 1d8. A 2 action is a 1d8 plus 8. So it's kind of
okay.
like,
So I can roll again to try to heal up to like full.
as long as you can cast that heal spell again, which if you've got the first level spells, I think you. Oh, do you have heal prepared once or twice?
As a sork.
Oh, that's right. She's a sorcerer. Yeah,
She's a
go ahead.
sorc.
And,
Yeah.
yeah.
Spontaneous caster. Yeah. Pop
Okay.
it.
You could either cast it as a 1 action spell. Yeah, no. So
Okay, so I rolled a 5, and then you said it's just the dice roll.
It's
then, right?
just the die
Right.
roll. Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
cool.
You got 13
Well,
on the first and 5 on the second.
that's 18 then, right?
Does 18
Perfect.
get you to full? All right.
Yeah.
No more bleed. Perfect. Great math.
Perfect. Yay.
All right.
Awesome.
Any other bleed conditions?
I think that does it.
All right. So we can come out of turn base. It would be Elektra, then Simon would finish the round. But if there's no more bleed to contend with, then that should be good to go.
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
and
Simon's
that
took a bunch of damage, but I'm not bleeding, so I just need
Right.
somebody to heal my punk ass.
Sure,
Well,
sure.
Thank you, Desno. That was much appreciated.
All right. Well, that's getting us really close to the top of the hour. If you wanted to conduct some more healing, we could certainly account for that now and have yourselves feeling better going into episode 17. Is there the means? Do you guys have the means to do heal checks and such at this time?
I can definitely do it.
Okay, good.
So, without wasting spells. So
And Simon's in the most need of it?
Yep.
All right.
So let me roll. Let me take the 10 minutes to treat his wounds.
Okay, great.
Another another 20 would have been nice, but I only succeed on that one. So Simon, you get back. Ooh, that's a nice roll. 14 points.
14. Nice.
And does Elektra have damage or no?
No.
How are you doing after that, Simon?
I'm only down 7 now, so I'm thinking I'm much better.
Okay. Because I'm not going to be able to do that with Simon again for another hour. So
Right.
Okay. And on closing, guys,
I can do another lay of hands in 10 minutes.
okay. As you are finishing up the quick triage and the healing and getting everybody all set and getting everybody less wounded and in a better space, there is a breeze that blows off the blighted area. It's coming from what would be the den, that stepped area, and it smells like the overpowering smell of wet and rotten fur.
Yeah.
And on that, I think we'll wrap up 16 and join us next week for episode 17, and we'll find out what that smell is. Bye, guys.
Bye.